Hello, friends. Welcome back to a new lesson and a new day. Are you ready to start? I hope so because here we go. Today we're just going to do a review lesson on comparatives and superlatives. Well, if you remember a few weeks ago, we actually did one lesson for comparatives and a separate lesson for superlatives. So today we are going to do a review lesson for both of them as we get ready for our final exam. Okay, well, let's begin with a story. And it begins at Howard. Here we have three friends from Howard, and the three of them are different amount or degree of hungry. Mhm. So Tim has a medium degree of hungry. Trish has a somewhat higher degree of hungry. And Becca is by far the most hungry of the three. As you remember, or maybe, trying to remember, there is a way to compare them in English. Yeah, an appropriate way to compare them in English, right? So, to compare Trish to Tim and Becca to Tim and Trish. And to do this, we are going to use the comparative and superlative adjectives. Mhm. Remember them? Yep, that's what we are going to do today. So let's see what it looks like using our three friends and the comparative and superlative adjectives. Let's go. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this from a different angle. Okay, so let's put it into sentences. And here we have number one. Tim is hungry. Yeah, that's it. Hungry. However, Trish is hungrier than Tim. Mhm. This is what we call comparative because we're comparing Tim and Trish and we are comparing their hungry level. Also remember we use comparative adjective when comparing two nouns. Mhm. That's it. Now, how about if we look at Becca? What can I say about Becca? Because I haven't said anything about her, but before I said that she was a little bit more hungry, right? So Becca is the hungriest of them all. Mhm. That's right. The hungriest is something we call superlative in English. Becca is by far the hungriest. She is the most hungry. Okay, so let's take a small step back and recall that comparative equals to more and superlative equals to most. Remember that more or comparative is slightly more, a little more than before. So hungry, hungrier. Okay, so just a little more. But superlative is much more. Okay, it's at a higher degree. So when I say I am the hungriest, it means I am the hungriest from 3, 4, 5, a whole bunch of people. Let's remember that, okay? So we can use the comparative and superlative form of adjective to compare when one thing is more or most than others or another. So we're just going to go ahead and practice, okay? Okay, let us go ahead and practice using adjectives that compare. Now, I just want to let you know that this activity is from our Edge Fundamental Curriculum. I believe is on the grammar practice book, page 87 or 88, around there. But you will have access to it because I'm going to post a link so that you can access it by just clicking on that link. Okay, so let's remind, let's remember just a little bit that if we are comparing two things, we are going to add er to short adjectives. Let's look at the example. This basketball court is newer than the old court. So the adjective new was converted into a comparative adjective by adding the er. Is a short adjective, one syllable. If the adjective ends with a y, consonant y, and it's two syllables like happy, then it gets the er as well. Or hungry, like our example before, hungrier. So if the adjective has more than two syllables, it is long, it does not end on a Y, then we're going to add a more, the word more in front of the adjective. Like this example, my new teammates are more athletic than my old teammates. More popular, more famous, right? So we always use the word than after the adjective. Remember that. So when we're comparing two things, we always have this word than following the adjective, right? Now, if we're comparing three or more things, then we're going to add the est, the suffix est to the adjectives if they're short adjectives or if they end with a y. This is our example. This is the newest court in the city, right? So among all of the courts, there are more than three. This one is the newest. Notice also that we use the word the in front, right? Now, if the adjective is long, then we're going to say the most famous or the most athletic, like over here, or the most popular, right? My new team is the most athletic team of all. And it's comparing one to all, right? So there are more than three. So let's go ahead and remember that. I'm going to leave this right here so you can always come back because now we are going to practice. So here we have our practice. So on the first section over here on top, you are going to choose one of those adjectives in the word bank to complete sentences 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, and then on the next activity, you are going to choose between the two adjectives on the bottom here, which one will be the best one to complete the sentence. Now, on the last one, you need to rewrite the sentences, right? And for this one, I'm going to just take a little longer. So let me go ahead and explain a little more on this, okay? So you have to use either EST or most to rewrite these sentences, right? So let's go ahead and read the first sentences. Basketball is a popular game in my town. Now we are using a superlative adjective, right? So we have to say basketball is the most popular game in my town. And that would be the way to complete this sentence. Okay, so remember, we're going to be completing them one at a time. First sentence, so let's go back to number 9 is these players are blank than my old teammates too. So remember, we're using the words in the word bank. Okay? Okay, well, friends, with that, we have arrived at the end of another wonderful lesson. Remember that the link is going to be here for you. So just click on the link to complete the activity. And I will see you next time.